Hi everyone, in today's video I will be teaching you how to crochet this square. Now this tutorial is for absolute beginners, so if you have no idea what you're doing, it's okay. I will teach you how to make this and we will go from there. So here are all the materials you will need. Just need any kind of scissors, a yarn sewing needle. You can find these at your local Joann's or even just on Amazon. And you're going to need a crochet hook. This one is 5mm, and that is because on this yarn the recommended hook is 5mm, and you can always find this on any yarn you get, and you can really use whatever yarn you want, but for this video I'm going to use a mid-sized yarn because I think that's the best yarn to start with when you're learning. So let's get started. Okay, so what we need to do is make a slip knot. This is what a slip knot looks like off the hook. So here's how we make one. You put your yarn in your hands like this with the tail. That just means where the yarn ends side, like on your left hand. What we're gonna do is we're gonna make it so it loops like this and crosses over this side. You can see that this is on the top tail side. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the loop like this, so it kind of looks like a pretzel, if you can see that. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your hook, put it through that, and pull. And it attaches. You just pull on this one to tighten it and it attaches to your hook. So we're going to do that one more time. So take your yarn like this, make it into a loop with this side on top. You can see that. And we're going to put this on top so it almost looks like a pretzel. Then put your hook through this, then you're just going to pull through like that. That's how you make a slip knot. Now that you've learned how to do a slip knot and you attached your yarn, you're now going to chain. And I'm going to show you how I hold my yarn in my hands, and you can hold it however is comfortable for you, but this is how I hold my yarn. It's going to look like this. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your yarn over around your pinky, over your two fingers like this, then on top of your pointer finger, like that. I'll do that one more time. So you put it around your pinky, and you put it over your two fingers like this, and then under your pointing finger, like so. So I'm going to do it a little tighter, like that. And how we're going to make the chain, you want to hold the yarn like this so that it doesn't slip out from your hand. And you could also hold it as close like this. I find this more comfortable when I'm starting to chain so that I can hold the yarn still. So now we're going to chain. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your hook under like that and then pull it through. And that is your first chain. So let me do that a little closer so you can see. So you're going to put your hook under like this and then chain like this. So I'm going to chain, say 15, and then I'll meet you guys back. Alright, now that you've chained 15, it's gonna look like this, and what we're gonna do is we're going to chain one more, and then we're going to do our first single crochet into that second loop from the hook. So this is the first chain from the hook, This is the second. We're going to crochet into this one. So how you do that is you're going to put your hook through those 2 loops like that, and you're going to grab your yarn like this. So now it looks like you have 3 hoops almost. You have 2 hoops here on your hook, and you're yarning over and pulling it through like that. So now you have 2 hoops on your hook. So we're going to do that one more time. Going to put the hook through like this, going to yarn under like that, then we're going to pull through. And now that you have your 2 hoops on your hook, we're going to yarn over 1 time to complete our first single crochet. So we're going to do the same thing like we did before. Yarn under like this, and pull it through those 2. And now you've made your first single crochet. And we're going to do that again. So this time we're going to go into the next chain from the first single crochet you made. So we're going to put our hook through like this, and now we're going to yarn under, pull it through, so you have the 2 hoops on your hook. We're going to yarn under again like this. I'm going to do one more time, and then I'll meet you guys back. So a little faster. Put the yarn, put the hook through the little loop, under, pull it through, under, pull it through. This is what it looks like now. And I'm going to continue to the end, and I'll meet you back and show you how you continue from there. Now that you've made it back, we're now at the final chain of our first row of single crochets. So what we're going to do is the same thing we did before. Just put your hook through like this, pull it through like that. Now we've made our first row. So what we're going to do now, we're going to flip our work. This is the front side and this is the back. We're going to now flip our work to the back. So how we do that is we chain 1, and we do this to try to make it as even as possible on the side, because if you just continue crocheting, it's going to end up uneven and it might just like turn into a triangle, and we're trying to make a square right now. So I'm going to chain 1. We're going to flip our work like this. So this is the front and this is the back. Now what we're going to do is a single crochet. So we put it through 2 loops, pull our yarn through, and then pull our yarn through. And we're just going to continue this to the end of the row. Now that you've made it to the end, we're going to do single crochet in the last stitch, like so, and then going to pull through like this. And then we're going to do the same thing as we did when we first flipped it. So we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to turn our work like this. And then we're just going to continue making single crochets, and I will meet you back. Now that we have finished 16 rows, and you can even keep going and turn this into a scarf, but I just wanted to show you how to make this little square that you can use as a coaster, or you can make more of these and attach them together and make like a little bag or even a jacket. But now I'm just going to show you how you're going to cut the yarn and sew the tail in. So what we're going to do is we just finished our last single crochet. We're going to chain 1. We're going to pull the yarn out a little bit just so it doesn't pull through. And we're going to take our scissors. We're going to leave a little bit of a tail. So just going to cut like here. And we're going to pull through the yarn so it makes a little knot so it won't unravel. So now we have 2 tails on each side, and I'm going to show you how to weave those in. So you're going to put your yarn through your needle, and what we're going to do is we're going to sew it in through this loop here. And there's no really specific way, at least that I know of how to weave in your ends. So we're going to pull it through that little bit so it seems somewhat even to this side. And we're going to continue that. Just sew under these little loops here. So pull it through. Now this is the back, so what we want to do is we're gonna make sure when we cut our yarn it's gonna be on the back side. So we're just gonna take our scissors, cut as close as we can so you can't really see the tail. So this is the front, this is the back. And we're going to do the same thing with our first tail over here. And we're going to make sure to be extra careful when we sew this one in because there's a little bit more of a gap, see? And we want it to be somewhat even. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our needle through here, like this, through, so it looks somewhat similar to our first chains. See that? And then we're just going to continue, sew through like this. Just going to continue to put it through a few more stitches. I always like to put in, like, sew it at least a third of the way, so if the tail does come out, then you can just sew right back in like this. And we're just going to cut the yarn, that tail, and you're done. Alright, and you are done. This is what your square looks like. You can use it as a coaster, or you can make more of these and make like a blanket. But yeah, I hope you found this tutorial helpful, and I'll be making more tutorials about how to do different kinds of crochet stitches, like double crochet or half double crochet. And I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya!